Hello, today I'm going to talk about this book that's called Who Was Albert Einstein? And this is not a series, it's a book, and it talks about who was Albert Einstein and what he did in his life. And I'm going to read the text back here, then I'm going to talk about this book. One of the most brilliant human beings who ever lived, a scientist who discovered and the theories led to TV and the atom bomb. A peace-loving guy with really crazy hair. All of the above. Find out more in this illustrated book. But now I'm going to talk about this book. It starts with that Einstein, he was born at not at Germany, but he was born in Germany, and the first time he talked was when he was 4 years old. He didn't like socks and like that to have on. So Albert Einstein never had socks on. So the first time he talked was, "The soup is too warm." He said that when he was 4 years old. And Albert Einstein was born 1879 and he died 1955. So that's when he was born and when he died. And here, actually, if you take this book, if you are gonna read this book, if you go to the page 104 and 105, you can see what has happened in Albert's life. So it says, so 903, Albert marries Mileva Merrick, and like that. So you can read like what happened, like a mini text, but I'm not going to read it because it's actually much. But now I'm going to talk more. So Albert Einstein, he was born to think. When his dad had a job and he worked with electricity, Albert think about space, electricity, what is it, equations. He could everything. So then Albert had stopped, like not stopped, but he had worked in a place. He really much liked that place to work in. He had just he liked that work, but then he didn't just think of that. So he made brilliant stuff. He was like a normal person working on a job, but he was very good, and he's thinking very good also. And so then Albert is marrying a girl that's called Mileva, like I read it there. For an example, Mileva, I think it was called. I don't remember. Somehow I don't remember. But she was also a scientist like Albert, and he thinked so much. He got brilliant stuff, and he had to move to land, so he wasn't anymore in Germany. One time he was in Switzerland. He was in much places. So then one day Albert Einstein, he wanted to take a job at Germany, but Mileva, so Albert's girlfriend, she didn't want to go to Germany, but Albert really wants to go there. And there he thinked also, and he did everything about equations and so much equations. Einstein and it was he that is so the World War One had come before that, and it was Germany that fighted, and then not Germany won, the others won, but then it's war again, World War Two. And Einstein, he didn't like the war, but at last Germany was going to fix this thing that's called the atomic bomb. So Germany is trying to fix this, and the others, so USA, Albert Einstein helped USA to build the atomic bomb. So then they put down 2 atomic bombs on Japan, and then it was so the World War II came to an end. Albert married his cousin, and she died at last, and Albert's sister also died, and Albert was so lonely, so he got medical problems with his heart, so he at last died. He died at last, and he had written an equation. You could see an equation at this thing. Then he had died, and on the time, one person had taken Albert's mind, so not mind, but taken Albert's brain and studied it. Albert's brain wasn't like every other's brain. It was like smaller, I don't remember exactly, but it was something like that. And he had that brain, Albert's brain, for 40 years. And that was actually all for this book that was called Who Was Albert Einstein? This book, it's very fun to read, so you can know more information. I have one more book about it that it says Who Was like that, and it is named like this: Who Was Jesus? And I'm gonna read that. I don't know when, but my best, why should I say my best character for this book? But I can say my best character for this book is Albert Einstein, and my next book is a Swedish book. And bye bye!